Yeah, we're live. We're live. Careful what you say, Dave. no, no desktop audio. What's going on here? Hi, everybody. You're not coming through. 1 second, Dave. 1 second. No, neither you or Nolan. No bars moving. I know. Every time. Default device. I know. Desktop audio. Default.
Doing it all.
There we go. Done.
You fixed it?
Yeah.
Great.
Professionals. No, OBS. Every time you go in, it changes something. Doesn't matter levels. It just every time. Do you agree with that, Nolan?
Yeah, it does.
Days. Every time. By Phil.
Ridiculous.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Post-Apocalyptic News Radio. Your name gets me every time. How's it going? Glad you tuned in. Hi, everybody. I'm trying to recognize a few. I've recognized a few new people. Jam Crusher. Russ is my only follower on Facebook that actually likes the stuff. So yes, I recognize him. Hi, Russ. I was actually going to friend you from my actual personal Facebook account, and I just confuse you. Hi, everybody else. There's loads of people said hello already. I've had a wee flick through the last week. I have to apologise for last week because the quality of shows the quality of stories wasn't great, and I fear for this week too. So there might be more chit chat than normal. There's Dave smirking already. They weren't great last week, were they?
Oh, I'm just playing pretty notes. Are you guys hearing my pretty notes or no?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I'm not even going to embarrass myself with a German hello. So, hi Xavier. I'm not even going to do it. There weren't great stories this week. I've had a few people send a couple in, so we'll do that there. If you have any stories yourselves and you want to save this stream, please fire them in the chat. That's all I can ask for. Nolan,
Yeah.
Fire and Dice was on YouTube, MrRipper's channel last night. How did
Yeah.
that go? Yeah.
Pretty good. We had some of the a chunk of the community come and join us and hang out for a while.
It was nice to
Yeah.
see
It was nice.
everybody.
Nice seeing everybody. Nice chatting with everybody.
Good.
And things got lively towards the second half, which was great.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow because obviously it's bedtime for me, so it's bedtime. So I have time to work tomorrow and watch it. That's the best way to do it, isn't it?
We almost had could have been a very bad evening, but it turned out all right.
Yeah, we fought a kraken.
Nice.
Kinda.
Dave's got all jealous, so he has, because I'm playing my
Nah.
on Tuesday, so I am.
Nah.
We have this whole conversation.
I
Dave
do
doesn't
not
get it.
experience jealousy in this incarnation,
says
my
that.
sweet friend.
He will be jealous whenever he finds out I'm playing all by my new friend. No, I'm joking. I've only ever played D&D.
I mean,
on YouTube.
what?
I know. I've only ever played D&D on YouTube. I've only ever played D&D with these guys. So
I'm excited for you. You should be playing D&D on your own.
So, yeah.
I can't hold your hand
Yeah.
forever.
It's not. It's just for fun, and yeah, couple of hours, and hope, fingers crossed, that have a good night. That's it. It's Tuesday night, 10 o'clock my time. So and the only person who wants it to be that late is the person who's a time zone in front of me. So figure that one out, because I was wanting to bring it back a wee bit early, but I'll go with the flow. I know. Oh, this person has bots to look after at that exact time. So yeah, I'm not gonna name names, but they will be here, or she will be here, I'm sure, at some point. Dave, what have you been up to this week? Before we start?
Dude, spring cleaning all over the place. My whole studio decided to go to shit. Excuse my French. But not my whole studio, that's misleading, but for some reason one of my PC monitors just isn't getting detected anymore, and I know I have more DisplayPort to HDMI cable, and I don't know where the hell I put it. And so I've been spring cleaning, trying to get all my cables back in one place, and then my mentor and treasured teacher hits me up and he's like, "Dave, I need your help." And when a friend asks you for help, you help them. And I ended up helping him clean out his mother's garage, which was they had rats at one point, and it was there was a lot of stuff. It was quite gross and quite challenging. But we got it done, and because when a friend asks you for help, you help them. And then yeah, I haven't even been able to really make much time to practice this week. This is the first time I've actually been able to sit down and play, which is frustrating. But it's just one of those weeks. And then, in addition to, all the busy work, I mean, Fire and Dice was a riot last night. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I love that game. I love those people. I love everybody, and I love everything. And, I'm glad that I was, given the opportunity to show up for people who matter to me, including myself this week. And Petey is here with me today, which is pretty cool.
Petey the Pitbull.
Thank you. Yeah, Petey the Pitbull. I'm babysitting him. His mom's is out of town. I can get this app going, and I actually have a PD cam set up on my phone, so you can say hi to him. Let me just open up this app right quick, and then I should be able to just hit the shortcut like that. Yep,
While technology
there's Mr. Moo Cow.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hi, Petey.
Petey got a super chat last night too.
Yeah, he did. Petey's finally pulling his puppy weight.
Can you do some happy birthday tunes for Chris?
Whose birthday is it? It's Chris?
It's Chris. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that surname. It's probably really obvious. He's put a wee super chat in there, so he has, or a wee cheer on Twitch, saying it's his birthday tomorrow.
All right, sure. Why does it say
piano?
stream starting on YouTube? Am I behind on the recording or something?
You must be.
Might be.
You must be.
Yeah, that's weird.
All
right. Cool. So we've got a birthday for Chris, do we?
Yeah. We don't usually do requests for everybody, but we're going to
I don't want to step on PD to go grab a guitar, so I'm just going to do the sad strings orchestra version of Happy Birthday for you, if that's okay.
You never know. It might be suitable for him. Sad strings.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chris. Happy birthday birthday to you.
Before we start the first story, Nolan has allowed us to keep the VODs, keep the streams up from the Saturday night. So if anybody wants to catch up with Fire and Dice, that's there.
Yeah.
Also, they have their own channel too. We'll get a wee link fired in the description or in the chat for the Fire and Dice one. They're all up there as well, which is probably the best place to watch it, to be fair. So yeah,
To be fair.
Righty.
Fair.
I think we should go for the first story before people start leaving. So
I bet.
That's what they're here for. That's what they're here for. I don't even think I see all the chat here, so let me see if I get to see all the chat. Stream chat. There we go. It's messing. There we go. What about this one here? It is by Person Dynamo 22222222222.
All right, who's reading first?
Oh, Dave. Dave, you're going for it, man. You're going for it.
Yeah, you go first.
All right, let me figure out what I want to play first. So, yeah, that'll carry us through. That'll be fine. Posted by you/Person Dynamo 2222.
He's in the chat, Dave.
The
He's in the
story
chat.
of BBB. Oh, I can't see the chat. I've got this.
I know it's all right.
Now.
He's in the chat, so yes, Mr. Video.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you're in the chat. We're about to read your story. That's my starting chord. Threw me off, Scott. Come on, I'm killing my game. All right. The story of BBB, the best goblin general who fell from grace. This little story is the backstory of a character I wish to play in a campaign someday named BBB, pronounced, BB Bai. Got it, BB Bai. Bibby Bai. Bibby Bai. Bibby or B. Got it. Bibby Bai. I like that. That's lit. All right. He is a goblin battle master fighter who was once the most legendary general in the northern half of the Sword Coast before one action sent his legacy up in flames. Bibby Bai was the most legendary fighter in not just his entire goblin tribe, but all over the northern part of the Sword Coast. He would use the techniques he either came up with on his own or those of what he learned over the years to aid in his team's victory. Through these fighting techniques, he has brought his tribe many victories. He was honored as a great hero by his tribe and even some goblin supporters from those who are both outside of the tribe and are not goblins themselves. He was even asked to give a speech to the guards of Greenest about how to easily win battles. Bibby Bai had many stories to tell, and some of those who would respect a goblin and listen would write them into books. A popular example of this is the book called Say Bibby, a book which has almost 100 stories that have been told to the author. His most legendary tale is of how he was once up against the orc general Ishgar, who was infamous for being ruthless in battle and being undefeatable. In this tale, Bibby Bai was butt naked, with 2 orc guards blocking the only exit out of the small tent with nothing but his bare fists to fight back after the orcs had taken him prisoner in hopes of getting either ransom or just to sway the goblins to their side. The stories always change the reasoning. To it is hard to pinpoint, which is the first version, and against all odds, Ishgar completely towering over Bibby Bai, Ishgar wielding a giant battle axe, while he only had his bare fists. Bibby Bai's legs were tied together as he was a prisoner, etc. He knocked Ishgar unconscious with an uppercut to the jaw and did not even get hit with a glancing blow. Whether that story is true or not is not known. The reason for that is because the goblins of his tribe have been known to embellish and even make up stories to try and raise how great he is even higher. Yet Bibby Bai also has an orc tooth necklace he wears around his neck. But he does not mind the embellishing or the creation of false stories about him. He just loves and is so proud of himself that he rose up to the point of other goblins making up events to raise him to near godhood levels of amazingness. and their eyes, he really was a god, if not the descendant of one. Then one day, Bibby was visiting the city of Waterdeep because a famous general had invited him to learn some of his techniques. Bibby idolized this human general, and to not only meet, but to also learn from him was a dream come true for this little goblin. As he walked through a market, he was stopped by 4 human street thugs around somewhere in the mid-teens. Maybe the oldest was 17 and the youngest was 15. He cannot remember, as it happened quite a long time ago. They had heard his stories, so they were trying to pick a fight with him. They were saying things like, "Hey, Gobbo, raid any villages lately?" And, "I heard your stories. Do you take us for idiots?" We all know goblins can't do things like that. As well as shoving him around and tossing his helmet around like a ball, but Bibby had been in a lot tougher situations, which lessons were oddly applicable in this situation. So, despite their racist teasing, he stayed calm, managed to take his helmet back from them, and started walking off to the general's home. This action made the leader of the thugs furious. You see, Bibby is a pretty laid-back guy when not in combat. You can do almost anything, and he would not bat an eye, though he always had one single rule that must be followed, or there would be a price to pay. Never touch the ears. He had this rule because when he was younger, he would go out into the world and explore, playing with the animals, but sometimes children of other races like orcs and humans would come along and childishly attack him by yanking his ears and using his large ears as handles as they dragged him around. Ever since his days of old, he never liked it when anybody was even close to his ears. Now, take a guess as to what this kid did. As soon as the kid grabbed Bibby by the ears, the goblin general went ballistic. Taking the scimitar from his waistband, he slaughtered the 4 teens in a blind rage, while onlookers were shocked at the bloody scene happening. When the deed was done, he quickly realized what he had done. He was scared of himself and the consequences as he heard the shouting and screams on the Waterdeep citizens mixed with the clashing boots of the Waterdeep guards as they rushed to arrest him. All he could hear from his head and the people were, "You monster! They were just kids, and I knew a goblin could never resist its urge to kill." After taking a few steps away from the dead bodies of the thugs he himself had just killed, he made a break for it. He managed to outmaneuver guards as they tried to grab and tackle him. He ran as fast as his little goblin legs could carry him. Eventually, he made it out of Waterdeep and into a nearby forest where he's been hiding for years. After that day, his reputation was tarnished. Those who were on his tribe's side quickly rose against them. His own tribe is currently having a civil war about whether he was in the right or in the wrong to kill those kids. All books about him were destroyed other than copies of Say Bibby and the eventual stories about the murder of the 4 kids. His life of old was gone now because of one action. After 4 years of hiding, he decided to come out and travel the Sword Coast, trying to beg for forgiveness of what he has done, not knowing of what fate and destiny has in store for him in the future.
Beautiful story.
Yeah.
We got off on a strong note. I like it. Thank you very much for
Yeah, that was a killer.
Yeah.
That was a banger. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. I'm going to work my way up through the chat. Thank you, J. Ross. Well,
J. Ross. Thanks,
thank
J.
you.
Love you, buddy.
If you're Canadian ripples.
Fuck you, Scott.
Canadian ripples, I love it. Thank you. Hi, Dragon Boy. Yes, Fal 87. It's like YouTube, but it's live. I don't. It's really hard to market this, isn't it? It's just basically the stories, but you've got 2 dudes listening in to Dave while he does all the work. So
Yeah, it's really. If you think about it, it's really Dave Makes Noises stream.
It is.
So pull your weight, boys. Come on, do a thing, and I'll just back you up. Let me be your support.
Yeah. Hi, La Barbara.
Hello, Barbara.
Thank you for joining us. There was somebody else that's mentioned something as well on the other. Although the chat's going a bit quick, so I'm losing it. So I am. And Black Ice, hello. And anybody else? Oh, we got a follower too.
Ooh, love those.
Yeah, Amelia. Vows
Who
followed.
followed?
Is it Amelia Noel? On
Well,
Twitch?
thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow. Okay. Gonna get another one here. Ooh. Another long one. Do you fancy a slightly longer one, Nolan? Or are you gonna go for it? Are you gonna make Dave do it? I'm easy. Like,
No,
I already did
do
one.
it.
Nolan, you're next. I want to play like more thoughtful music for you. And
Nolan's, yeah, that's one way of spelling Rouge. That's a Twitch, Dave. People are trying to trigger you already.
Oh, I'm not even going to read the story. I'm just going to listen to what Nolan's saying.
Hi, Rorik.
Right. All right. How excellent roleplay ended my campaign. Posted by u/Richard Sphere. What does the TW mean?
Trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Okay.
Oh, yes,
Got
this
it.
actually does. No, we'll scroll down to the bottom here. I don't know how, if it gets a wee bit insensitive, we might stop. Yeah, it does actually bring up, but at the bottom, but it might just be the bot, and it is being upvoted, so people would say something if it was going to be.
Unless it's also just a Dragon Boy alts upvoting it.
Yeah, that is also possibly true. Like, so, yes. I'll get to you in a wee minute back, and I'll explain how you get into D&D. It's very quick though.
Perfect. All right.
Go for it.
All right. You said go for it. Got it.
Go for it.
This is the story of how my first homebrew campaign came to an end. To be honest, it had been on live support for a while, with the cast of characters having gone through a revolving door of people leaving due to their jobs, or quitting due to unsurmountable technical issues on their end. Eventually, only one of my players was still there from the start. And I wanted to continue the story, or at least see it off to a satisfying point. If the story going forward seems like a mess, that's because it was the result of me trying desperately to pull together the splintered remnants of story arcs whose cores had left. Now, it should be noted, whenever I opened up the game on Roll20, it would put a bit of text underlined in bold. We're looking for fun characters, looking to have lighthearted adventures. Because I felt it was quite important to keep the tone light. I'm not a fan of grimdark or edge, and while I understand having some misfortune in life makes the stories feel more real, I don't want this shit to be like Dark Souls. The party's greatest role player is playing a drunken monk who lost his wife in an accident, and whose daughter disappeared. The player basically told me that I was allowed to choose what happened to his daughter, and I didn't mind tragedy in the background to motivate them, and most of their drunken antics were somewhat funny, so I didn't mind. So here's what I came up with, and to tie it in with the pre-existing story. The monk's father-in-law was a retired archaeologist who defiled the sacred MacGuffin when he found it on a dig. Him and two colleagues had melted it down and smuggled it out of the dig site. In the process, their lines were cursed to suffer final destination accidents, which led to the monk's wife's death, and his daughter running away to try and lift the curse. One of those two colleagues managed to bypass the curse through lichdom, while the curse still ensured he would die often. It wouldn't truly matter if he kept coming back, and now he was evil Overlord Grimnasty. The third lost his possessions in a horrendous fire caused by the curse and ended up gambling away the relic, leading it to come in the hands of a warlock, and the spirit bound to the relic to become his patron. So the grandfather's relic piece was buried with him in his ancestral burial mound, which the Lich villain wanted to get, but couldn't because it was warded against undead and his summoned demons, so he gets creative. He tries to get the party to go in there and retrieve it. He orders his Rakshasa henchmen to retrieve the in-laws piece. The Rakshasa disguises himself as the monk's long-lost daughter and delivers some exposition about the family curse and how it works before leaving him with the promise that she is going to follow up on a lead on the curse elsewhere. And if the party would be so kind as to keep an eye out for whatever got her family cursed. A few sessions later, the party successfully retrieves the piece from the mound and hands it over to the disguised Rakshasa. who accepts the relic with open arms and drops the illusion. He orders some minions to stall the party and villainously gloats at the PCs before teleporting out with the relic. And as we turn to end the session, I ask the players what they're planning to do next, so I can prep accordingly. And the monk's player speaks up. The monk is going to give in to his depression and commit suicide by drinking poison. Now, normally I respect RP and staying in character and making character-based decisions to your own detriment, but this I feel is going a bit too far, so I try to talk the player out of it. But I can't because the player insists that having lost everything, their character would give in and poison themselves. I try to negotiate for failed suicide, dwarves are resistant, or divine intervention, but the player insists that if he fails, he will just try again until he succeeds. At this point, I gave up. The campaign story had become an unmanageable mess, and even the lighthearted and fun tone that had kept me going had been destroyed, so I gave up. Told the rest of the players that the campaign stopped being fun for me, and I ended the campaign there.
That's a sad ending, so it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a great story, and it was well put, and it was not a great ending to it, but then we were warned of it, suppose. So, dwarves, I wouldn't imagine would be their mindset either, but you don't know. These things happen.
Yeah.
I feel quite bad as well in the chat because I just seen somebody say, who was it? Patton Sanders. That Dave was his favorite, and then
Yeah, I saw that.
I guess he slips in straight after
Yep.
Brian.
Yeah.
Ooh. Hi Brian, how's it going?
Hi Brian.
He probably left after that.
I bet you he saw that and was like, cool, well, shit.
Yeah. I see in the chat. It is a rough ending to it, but it was a good story, and yeah, it's just one of those things, I suppose. So it has to be done. So
I was in orchestra. I wasn't listening.
How
nice,
do you get into D&D? It sounds really. You need to get in a situation where you've got like-minded friends. I was lucky. I met everybody through this channel, so that's my opportunity to play, and I've met some great people, and I've learned so much. My advice for if I was new, and I would join the Discord, just basically because you will find somebody who's looking to play with you, and then you make your own you make your own experiences up with that. Then at this point, that's the idea of this Discord, is just for you to meet other people, and hopefully you'll find the right group. Hopefully you'll have fun, and yeah. Oh yes, I got to meet Dragon Boy today too, so do that in the chat. I got to meet him through the powers of Discord and the internet, and yeah, we can work out the time together, so that's half the battle. Somebody else was asking questions there. That was a joke. I'm not even going to get into that. Yeah, so let's see here. Dave, you back yet? You back?
Oh yeah, I am. I forgot to switch my camera.
You're
back.
all right. Sounds so low compared to the other programs.
I don't know what they're talking about. How's your volume, bud?
We're just hitting nicely in the amber, both of us. So we are. That's it. The OBS is a nightmare. It changes all the time. I'm sure some of them are brilliant, and then some of them aren't. There we go here.
It really do be doing its own thing.
That's it. Yeah, getting into D&D, you can listen to other people's stuff. And that is a great help, but you actually have to play it. I think they understand it. You know, Dave and Nolan, for example, have taught me way more than what I ever would have figured out than listening to stories, if you know what I mean. Because I always, most of in my head, it's all glamorized. And I've seen people commenting about, some of the stories being a work of fiction. And I think they all are in some ways. Do you know what I mean? You can't, people, I think a lot of people do add most of it in their head after the fact when they're writing them up. But I like that, so I like the glamoured stories. There we go. Do you want to do a Dragon Boy, Dave? We passed that off.
Sure, I'll do a Dragon Boy.
We passed that one off we got the new boy Nolan to do it last week, didn't we? No, we didn't.
No, you had
It was just me last week.
Yeah, I'm thinking the week before.
Make Nolan do the Dragon Boy. Dragon
we
Boy.
not draw- oh,
Dragon
well
Boy
then-
is
Well, then you're doing
Dragon Boy is a tradition here.
You're doing Dragon
It's a
Boy.
hazing,
Then.
it's a hazing ritual because you cannot escape from Dragon Boy.
Dragon Boy.
Even if I
Dragon
do
Boy.
the Dragon Boy, like Nolan's still gonna end up doing a Dragon Boy by the end of the day.
Yeah, so you do this one, and then it'll come around.
No,
Yeah.
you do it. You do it. You do it. It's we short one too. You do. You short.
Okay,
All
there
right,
we go.
I got it. Wait,
No,
who's
I
doing
got
this?
it.
Nolan?
I got
No,
it.
Nolan.
No, I
Nolan's-
got it.
Nolan's
No,
got
I
it.
got it.
No, I got it.
Okay, how much of this is because we both saw a word that we couldn't pronounce in the other story? We were like,
Oh, I
no.
wasn't even. I never even like check ahead. I just like let the struggle be the struggle, and
fine. No,
you know,
I got
allow
this.
it to exist.
I got this one.
Let's break the internet. Get Nolan to do it.
Okay, I need an uplifting story, not a sad
Oh,
story.
you got it to you got it to backsy. You're fine. You're gonna have fun
Yeah.
with this.
How I shocked the party by Dragon Boy. We were planning a one-shot where I was a tabaxi assassin wielding sickles and daggers. We were tasked to escort an NPC to a set of ruins for coin. Well, the party was. I talked with the DM and I had a different mission, unknown to the party. My mission was to escort the NPC, let him do his thing, and then make sure he doesn't return to the outpost. I was paid in advance and simply needed to execute and collect. As we quacked along the path, with a passive perception of 18, and I used Mage Hand to legitimate a dagger. That's supposed to be levitate a dagger above it and dropped. Plus gravity, it dealt 38 damage and one-shot the Dryad with sneak attack. And we fought like 5 Dryads. After we beat them with one left alive, I gave a soft smile and consoled them. I told them it was going to be all right and that if they answered my questions, since I was the only one who could speak Elvish, they told how they were protecting the path to the ruins to stop the NPC and prevent them from making it to the ruins, and I chuckled, describing how my character gave a soft smile. Head cocked slightly and said thank you in a soft, friendly voice before slashing my sickle across its throat, as all the rest of my companions cried out in shock. As the Dryad died, I told how my character cleaned their blade, looked at the party and said in a much more serious tone, "We can't be having any loose ends. Now can we? Now stay in single file, eyes to the trees, and if any of you step out a fucking line, I'll do the same to you as I did to this poor sop here." And wordlessly turned and continued walking. Now that was when everyone knew how committed one can be to a role, and how scary and shocking one can be.
Thank you, Dragon Boy, for your weekly submission under the MrRipper live stream. It's appreciated. Thank you again. When I was talking to Dragon Boy earlier on, he actually types it. He's very quick to tell you that he does it on a $30 cell phone, or as I like to call it, a £5 mobile phone, because the exchange rates and stuff.
You mean a burner phone?
Burner phone, yeah. Does all his dealings on that, and then he writes all his stories. Yeah, you don't do burner phones here. Most phones are dual SIM. You can just pop the SIM out and then bang it in.
Well, where's the fun in that? You like once you're done with the cell phone, you just snap it and throw it away. You get a new one.
Always pull the battery out. That's always
America
what
is
it
a culture of excess.
Yeah, just pull the battery
Think of
out.
all the poison in that phone that you just threw away.
I know.
Hi, Nick. Yeah, Nick. I think there is actually stories about that. I think we've done one on the channel. Nearly sure, but it's not a bad idea if I haven't. Actually, there's nearly 400 videos up. You see, whenever I see stuff,
It's
like,
insane.
yeah, it's actually getting pretty tricky now to not to be repeating over and over and over again. The odd time I would throw a story out and somebody's put it up again. Do you know what I mean? And it does sneaky through. Yeah, it's about 400, so it is. I'd say 400, and it's crazy. The channel's been going.
You gotta let me know when we get to 420.
I'll check that. Hello. There's a brave few. There's a brave few. There we go. Let's have a wee nosy for another one. I'm gonna ask people in the chat while we're looking. What do you think of the thumbnails going back more memey? I know everybody Prefers the art, but unfortunately not that many people are clicking on them at the moment, so we're changing it up. It doesn't matter how much people say
At
they
least
like
he's
it.
honest.
It doesn't matter how many people say they like it on a poll. If the general public aren't clicking on it, there's not much we can do about it.
Yeah.
As much, although the guy who does the art for them is going to be doing, hopefully, he's got a couple of animated videos up that I may be sharing, and then I might talk him into doing a fully animated video again. And Abdullah, I'm nearly sure I can remember you following before, but I might be wrong. And Twink the Satellite, thank you very much for following as well. Yeah, well, we did the thumbs. Will remind you a wee bit of Nick Beardy's videos, but I did do them for about a year before, as well. So just going back, it's actually exactly what they were like before. The original ones might change it a wee bit going forward, but you can't change it too much or people don't recognize your videos. So yeah, you can't go too mad, unfortunately. It's a fine balance. It's a fine balance. As much as I like the regulars, there's about 10,000 people watch no matter what. It's just finding the other people.
Yeah.
You know, Petey needs fed, isn't that right, Dave?
Oh, Petey's already had breakfast. He's chilling.
Do you want to give us one a wee skim? I can't see.
Yeah, I can do it. I saw Tiny Tina, so I'm happy with this.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, this is going to be a banger. I can already tell you. I believe we've read one of this person's stories before as well.
Yeah, definitely.
This is posted by u/Safi132 5 days ago. I recognize that username. So
I'm gonna be rude, and I'm
Safi.
gonna pop out for the first 2 paragraphs. One second. Keep on reading. I'm just letting you know in case you think I'm being rude. I have no screen.
How I dressed up at a festival and ended up squashing an uprising, messing with a major's reputation in the process. So, a bit of context first. The campaign we're playing is set in the Fallout universe, but in Britain, unlike America and China, it hasn't suffered many or any nuke impacts. However, it did get screwed over by the radioactive fallout, nuclear winter, as well as the disappearance of many of the world's major powers. As a result, there's still a smidgen of society left. Noble houses still exist, and cities are still full of people, though most places have regressed to a caste-based system, where only high society is usually allowed into the city center, and the lower classes are in general very poor. Anyway, my character, who goes by the name Irony, love it, is a 12 to 13-year-old girl who happens to be a fairly competent mercenary gun for hire. As an orphan who grew up in the American wasteland, she was forced to mature way too quickly and is overall far from mentally stable, or even well-adjusted for that matter, due to that. On that day, a big festival was happening in the capital. Big enough that even commoners were allowed into the city center. Additionally, 2 of our party members were invited to talk to one of the noble houses that had been causing trouble for us. The party members in question asked the rest of us to look out for any trouble and be on standby in case anything happens. Irony had the idea to try and blend into the crowd. She already owns a stealth suit that doubles as a cat costume. The hood has cat ears. And so she decided to get herself a cat/tiger face paint and walk around with her suit's hood up. Now, because she's pretty short for her age, she can easily pass as even younger. As a result, she has no issues blending into the crowd. She does run into the problem of random adults going, "Aww," when they see her, but that doesn't bother her. She's willing to deal with the humiliation to stay sneaky. So, anyway, the meeting goes well, and the group goes to the main part of the festival. The rest of the party members go meet up with someone they knew, while Irony stays in the crowd. She has personal reasons to want the festival to go well, so she's on the lookout for any suspicious people. Without going into details, she has a personal debt towards someone, and that person's goals require the ceremony at the end of the festival to happen. I have to roll sneak. And I roll really well. So she notices instigators in the crowd without picking up their attention herself. They're armed, trying to start fights, and spreading communist propaganda. She decides to approach a constable and talk to him about the instigators. Now, my character knows that he will not take her seriously in her current attire, so I have her try to play off of that. GM has me roll speechcraft. Oh no, .png. I actually roll a critical success. Oh yes, .7z. Nice. She tells him, Mister, you know what?
Mister, I'm really thirsty. When I asked one of the people in the crowd for a drink, he was really mean to me. He threatened me with a gun and said something about the bourgeoisie or something.
Major. So he's very much alarmed and decides to tell the others, and the information eventually reaches the Major, leader of the Second Army. They just came back from the north after dealing with the slavers there, and they're now part of what's being celebrated in this festival. The Major is a small woman in a really big mech suit, wielding two 40mm autocannons. Because she's a gun nerd, she notices that my character has the characteristic ring around her eye from using a high-powered rifle with a scope. Not really sure if that's a thing IRL, but the GM said so, therefore it's a thing in this campaign. You have a high-powered rifle, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, miss.
She replies in a scared tone, going off my earlier critical and pretending to just be some random kid. You can't fool me. I can see the ring around your eye. My character starts tearing up, and the constable is concerned about the Major, who just casually bullied a scared child, from his perspective at least. So, anyway, the Major asks my character to show her the instigators, and then aims her guns, without chambering any rounds towards where Irony pointed. Fucking commies! Get the fuck out of my festival! The instigators end up fleeing, and after some time the rest of the crowd calms down as well. And that is how I removed a major faction from the event, with a couple of really good rolls, and messed with the reputation of a popular military leader in the process. My character doesn't even care about the political ramifications of her actions. She just wanted the festival to go over well.
What did I say at the start before we even started streaming, Dave?
What?
There wasn't much. There wasn't much to choose
Well, that was
from.
a good one.
I know, and everyone's been good so far.
Yeah, that was a
love-
really good one. I don't know what you're talking about.
I love that your little girl voice sounds like the gingerbread
Stitch.
man from Shrek.
You're a monster.
Not my gumdrop buttons.
Not the gumdrop buttons.
Yeah. It's a bit mad. We both smiled at the same time as well whenever he started. Let me flick on the big screen so I can see Nolan.
That was a banger. That was a great story. Ripper,
Yeah.
read the comments. Do your part here.
Tiny Tina with an anti-material rifle. I can't read out loud. Somebody was saying they were dyslexic in the chat. I am as dyslexic or as
That's why he's
illiterate,
got me to do it. And
or as
Nolan.
illiterate as you're gonna get. Like, to be honest, I'm past the stage of dyslexic, but yeah, no, there's too many comments for me to read. I read the comments. I read the comments in my head, but I can't read out loud. It's just how it goes.
Looks like
I'm really-
Connor's back.
I really want to play a Fallout like RPG.
Yeah, that
give
sounds
that a
like it could be
try.
fun.
I think so too.
I think that could be a banger.
I think yeah, that and Star Wars. Have you played Star Wars type ones?
Yeah, I
Spacey?
played the what's it called? It's like Edge of the Empire, or like it's one of those, and that was a really fun system. But there's ways to just roll so many dice that you always succeed,
Oh, right, okay.
which is like my one issue with it. But it was like it's a cool concept.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I know you like a wee bit of Jeopardy. So
Yeah,
Well, it's because nothing challenges him. Nolan
No,
is
there are things to
Nolan is
challenge.
like the favored child of RN Jesus.
that's what happens whenever you're an intelligent man, isn't that right?
that's why I play cards. I don't roll dice.
Dave, you haven't noticed I did something for you today. You haven't
What did you
mentioned
do
it
for me?
once. You were commenting about facial hair, like.
Oh, look at that! You're growing your beard back.
No, well, I've done my lines for you, level this time.
I don't think you did that for me, Ripper. I think you did that for yourself
I've just
because I think you should.
Because we gotta hide our double chins.
Yeah.
Understood, dude. Trust me, I know. That's
That's
all
the
of
reason
that.
why I do it. I had
You
a
know?
If I had a
Why do you
pretty
think
face,
my webcam shoots from up?
if I had a pretty face, I'd have all this off. But unfortunately, I don't.
Yeah.
So
Quarantine.
yeah, I know my hair. Pardon me. I have to wait till the 3rd of May. It looks like until I get my hair cut. Haven't had my hair cut since halfway through November.
Your hair looks good, man.
No.
Yeah.
You can't see the sideburns. Remember I had a big bushy beard?
Oh, so if you took off your headphones, they would be the mutton chops, huh? Unravel. Oh,
Oh, he's got payas.
It's like, it's over me.
He's got payout. He just needs one of those like tall hats and a tallis bag, and he'll be, we'll catch him walking to synagogue on, Friday night.
I know. My brother was round,
And his wife and his daughters go the other way because they have to stay separate.
my brother came round, and he's obviously his hair's the same length as mine, and but it's not as thick, so it makes me feel better. But he's not very well at the moment, so I can't really.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I can't. Yeah, he's got real bad stomach problems. He was in hospital last week. I lent him my laptop, so I did, because he plays a game called Football Manager. I don't think probably not too many people here really know much about it, but he's been playing that since we were like, I don't know. We started playing it in 93, 94, and I gave up playing it maybe early 2000s, but he still racks up. I installed it on Steam, and the game's been out since November, and he's got 1,000 hours on it. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's not bad going. It's not bad going. Yes, confirmed. So there we go. More memes. We've already done a Dragon Boy. Sorry, Dragon Boy.
Haha. Sorry, Dragon Boy.
Yeah, no, my brother's all right. So he'd be grand. He'd be grand. He was always the one. I don't know if you're like with your families, but I never ever got on well when I was younger, and he's had everything. So he has. He's just one of those ones that's just unlucky. But the thing that's wrong with him is his appendix burst when he was about 13, maybe something like that. There, and this is all from that pretty much. And he's nearly 40, like me, and yeah, just one of those things, I suppose. But everybody's unwell in my house though, so it's just the way it goes. Bad luck.
Too many kids
No.
passing around the cholera.
Yeah. Oh no, my skin complaint that I was showing.
Such gold
I got some tablets for it, so you can barely see it. So
yeah, scurvy.
got the scurvy. Yeah.
The potato fan is alive and well at Rip Daddy's house.
Oh, you're in that school, I think, Dave. You're jumping all over the place, and you're perfectly still. Your video's gone.
Oh, check 1, 2.
No.
Oh no, squirrels.
I'm waiting for the drop out.
I hear you guys perfectly.
You're talking in the female robot character voice again.
Hold on.
Oh no, he's gonna break the stream now.
Oh no.
Hey,
There we go. Should be back
Is
now.
that better?
No,
No.
Robot Dave.
Hold on, let me try this.
Dave makes robot noises.
You sound like what you call him from Borderlands 2.
It's working now.
No, ish.
Claptrap.
Claptrap. You sound like Claptrap.
Stairs. I was saying I got really bad connection here.
The stream is. Pardon me. Stream's dying on its ass, but this time it's not my fault. Yay!
Yay. Yeah, I'm losing 30% of my outbound packets right now.
Like a
You know
PD,
what?
PD's been.
Let me fill with things.
That's all right. No one do the next story. PD's chewed on the cable or something.
No, he's chewing nothing. He just carries his piggy around. He's so funny.
I know my dog's been. We've got like a pot, plant pots at the back. Every time I look out, dogs.
I have to
digging
quit Discord. That's gonna kill everything off.
in. Yeah.
While we're waiting, Dragon
Yo,
Boy's
Pablo. Yo.
wanting to run me through an adventure on chat, and it just I've been playing Dark Souls 3 all morning, and every damn chest I see, I just stab it because those mimics terrify me. Something about just long ass gangly legs coming from a chest. It's just,
Too right.
It looks like it's connected now.
Yeah, you're back. You're back.
Yeah. Looks like we're chilling. It was just a hiccup.
Yeah.
Sorry
What do you
about
got?
that.
We only got one more story left anyway, because work in the morning, folks. Work in the morning.
Oh,
I know,
that's
because
all right. I'll survive.
I was trying to arrange the game, and it's really late at night for me. And they were like, "Oh, it doesn't suit me." I was like, "I'm a big boy. I got a job." Do you know what I mean? I don't mean to be funny, like, but I have a job to go to. Hi, Justice. Hi from Germany as well. See, it's late for him. Should be in bed. Time zones. Yeah, out work in the morning. Work. Some of the kids are back to school too, so that's even better. So yeah, I know. I can hear birds tweaking in the background, Dave. So I can hear that your wildlife.
Yeah, isn't it nice?
Yeah, it matches your scene in the background. Although that looks more
Doesn't it
like,
just?
well, it looks more like a country park in Northern Ireland than it does probably an LA scene, to be fair. But
To be fair.
I was at the
Be fair.
I was up in Belfast today, and outside the Titanic exhibition, which obviously you can't go into, but you can see where the Titanic was built and the slip lanes it was all in. But what I seen was the Game of Thrones set from the final battle that they've had covered up for since it was recorded. They were basically covered it up and wouldn't let anybody see it. And had big blue sheets up, and they had them all down today. So I had a proper good gawk at it today, Nolan. So I did.
That's
You
cool.
know, you look like the sort of dude that likes Game of Thrones.
I did.
Did.
I like.
I've never
After-
seen it.
After the 8th season, I was like, wow, like my
Brain hurts.
my enjoyment is just gone.
You get stuck.
I don't know.
I hate that. That what bothers me about TV shows when they run on too long. But if they cut them at the right time, you feel like
They could have ended it well. I just
the end and kills. Yeah.
I just don't think this is probably an unpopular opinion, but probably a popular opinion as well. I don't think the showrunners were cut out to finish that story.
Yeah.
That's welcome to my
alright.
TED Talk. We should let's play Brian's video and read the text to speech.
You want to get copyright strike? Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
I just oh shit, Barbara Williams. I love Brian.
I keep on saying.
Your Brian impression is on point too.
Yeah, I keep on saying to him, wait till you get monetized to see all the swear words just drop.
I know.
I don't monetize.
I don't know how
straight.
I don't know how he's gonna do it. I feel like I pop into his stream as much as possible.
Yeah, he's brought them a bit earlier, so it's more likely to catch him myself. But it is funny. It's like it's him playing Sea of Thieves, swearing like a sailor. It's just pure comedy. Pure comedy.
That's great.
Have we got one more story?
All right, great. I'll do it.
We were actually
Or is Nolan up?
we're at the end. We're at the end of our stories, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where
We
I got my.
are.
This is where I got my own promotion got removed from Discord from Reddit.
Well done, Reddit.
What? Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. I think we're out of stories, Steph.
We out of stories? Yo, guys, get in the subreddit. Like, write us some stories to share. Are
There's
you
a couple
are you
ones.
just going by newest?
No, I just went back through order. Oh, there's one there. There's one there.
Oh, yeah, that's not too long.
It's not too long. It's a long story, but it's not too long. I gotta take that away because people were getting confused.
Hello,
Hello. Although with the other stories that we're doing during the week, I think the two that were done this week, the two crackers, they're gonna make it into the videos for this week at the end of whatever the main title one is. So they were both bangers. So we'll see if we can end on a high. Do you think, Noel?
I am not optimistic, judging by the syntax in this story. If I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
I think you're gonna struggle too. I don't know if it's worth it.
No, you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna end on a high because I'm gonna read it exactly as written.
Okay.
And in order to do this, I can't even play music.
Okay,
And
go
I'm
for
going to
it.
be completely deadpan.
I don't want you to take a single breath in that large paragraph.
That's impossible. That's not gonna happen,
No,
but
Joe,
nice.
This
no.
is my third priesty ever.
I'll try. I'll try. Once I get to the paragraph, we'll see how far we get. Deal?
Deal.
Okay. We're ending on a high here, guys. If anybody's watching this,
Posted by you/Rocking Connor. I sure hope that's not the same Connor that's Connor BSM in chat, because we're about to fucking tear you apart, my guy. The
Maybe
life and
tell me
death
it
of
is.
Buckethead the Dwarf. Some background on the story. This was one of my first times playing D&D. Also, all people in the story were new to D&D in general. We were using 5e, but we used the rule fun trumps D&D rules. This is my first post to Reddit. I did read the rules. If you see any rules we should have used, please let me know. All right, big breath. Ready?
Go for it.
This was my third PC ever, and he spawned from an inside joke about me from high school. The DM told us to make level 5 characters. I was one of 6 players at the time, and I made a dwarf paladin, and I asked if I could wear a bucket as a helmet. The bucket had eye holes. He laughed and said yes. When the first session came around, DM asked us to tell everyone what you were playing and any relevant backstory. We had an edgelord human wizard. This was 7 years ago. I do not remember the character's name. I don't talk to the player ether anymore. That's where I ran out of breath. Not bad, right?
Yeah, not bad.
A female halfling bard named Poppy. 2 tieflings, one was a monk and the other was a wizard, played by twins. The monk's name was Ramos, and the wizard was Paul. He used his own name. A half-elf rouge named Salmon, and then there was my character. When I told them that his name was Buckethead, they all laughed. We played about 10 sessions before events involving Buckethead happened that made him legendary in our group. We in a cave that was infested with undead and traps. We all fell into a trap where the doors were locked, and it was filling up with water from a hole in the floor. Everyone else was arguing about how to get out. When I asked how big was the hole in the floor, he said it was too small for any of us to fit in. I asked if my bucket would fit.
We did this last week.
Try.
We did this last week.
Did we really?
Oh, we did?
Yeah. Oh no, there's no way.
No, I don't think so.
7 days ago we did.
I don't think so.
Because I could. I'll let you get to the end. I'll let you get to the end. We're being funny here, guys. Anybody's joined us, you can go back to the start for the quality stories.
One thing to note was the bucket was fused to his head by a cursed by his god for disobeying him backstory stuff. The group went quiet as the DM said, okay, roll for it, no modifiers. All the player told me not to do it or it's not going to work, but it did. Rolled a 18 when my bucket went into the hole. The other quickly tried to pick the lock, which they did, but after the all got out, the DM asked to roll a strength check. I got a nat 1 and said the door that just got unlocked shut as my head came rocketing out of the hole and water gushed in quicker than before. I then failed an con check and was knocked out cold. After 10 minuets of the other players try averting to get to open again, the wizard used Dispel Magic on the door, but by then I had failed all my death save rolls, a nat 1 and a 2. Buckethead was dead. I mad a new PC and played that campaign for 5 years. Buckethead lived on as a joke and a legend in the group.
I made sure we did this last week, and this is the reason why I don't write stories. Just to let you know. But if you want quality content, go back to the start because we're all crackers, and this one.
If you want quality content, go follow Fire and Dice. That's where the real shit's at.
Got him. Guys, that was just for a bit of fun. I'm nearly sure that was last week or something. It's been rewrote, possibly. The reason why I remember it was because we had a really bad week last week, where every story we picked, unlike this week, where they were not so great. And somebody had said in the comments of the VOD for last week's one about this story. So
what did they say?
It was like it was the worst story we'd ever done or something. So.
Oh wow! No, it was that bad that it was that forgettable. I had to do it twice.
I remembered it because it was that bad.
I think I might just post this again on your Reddit and see if it's read next week.
People start keep it going. I'm gonna fall out.
If you post it, I will read it. That's the problem.
I can't.
No, you know what? If you post it, you're responsible for it, Nolan.
I know.
You have to read it next time.
You got to scar your account with it. That's what I want to know.
I'm gonna give it a just a once over. And just really clean it up, turn it into a banger of a story.
That would be good. Maybe Dragon Boy can work as magic, or maybe this is a Dragon Boy ult, but he's had a few drinks and his $30 phone's turned into a $15 phone. That's what I think.
No, that's his burner phone, the $5 one.
That's his burner phone. He's using T9, so he is.
That's the bottom of the barrel. That's the that's his. Oh my god, I forget the name of that one burner phone company.
Your Cricket Mobile.
Yeah, no, worse than that.
No. I got a story. We have a market that is Used to be able, way back in the day, used to be able to buy like copy PlayStation 1 games and stuff like that there for it, to bring your PlayStation up, get chipped, you know, buy cigarettes, tobacco, just the usual sort of stuff. But it's all cleaned up now because it's 2020 at this point, and you know, the worst thing you can get is fake Pokemon cards. You know, that's
those are cringe.
That's about as dodgy as you're getting. But back in the day, it was all sorts of crazy stuff. So
I remember when knockoff Pokemon cards were a thing when I was a kid.
Yeah, no, Seb was into them. You know, my 7-year-old, he was into them. So we were walking around and we seen all this stuff, and Seb sees this phone, and it's no bigger than about that, Nolan, PD, Dave, about that size. And Seb,
it's the phone from Zoolander, huh?
It's about an inch big, inch and a half maybe, Dave. And Seb goes, Dad, what's that phone? What's that phone there? And the guy chirps in and he goes, it's a prison phone. And Seb was like, what's a prison phone, Dad? I don't think I can explain it to you. Prison phone, because it's the only size of phone that's going to fit up inside when you're going in. But yeah, if you're gonna try and fit a Samsung Note, you're in big trouble. Do you know what I mean?
Depends on how long you've been in prison for.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, yeah. And then yeah.
Hey, don't Google prolapse.
No, you're gonna
don't. Whatever you do, don't Google prolapse.
And the other funny thing that happened this week here in Northern Ireland is that I'll send you the picture, Dave, the video. Oh, I don't know if you know, but there's rats going on. They're ratting about stuff that happens here all the time. He's had it in LA, and I says it happens here all the time. It's like a winter sport. It's like a summer sport. As soon as it's dry, people are out throwing petrol bombs or bricks at the police. That's just what happens here.
That's insane.
But there's video footage of this old boy walking across the street with a walking stick, and he must be 70. I would say easy 70. He's got arthritis probably in every bone in his body, and he's walking through the middle of all these guys throwing bricks, and the next thing you know, he just grabs these bricks and starts throwing them at the police cars. I'll show you. It's the funniest thing. It's like, what's your somebody? All the comments on Facebook were like, somebody put their granddad back home. I'll share it to you. I do not condone throwing petrol bombs at the police, but if you're a 70-year-old man with a walking stick, and I mean a proper hospital walking stick, do what you gotta do. It's all right.
So funny.
I told you, it's a sport here. It's not a. I don't know. Everybody's been locked up now for a year solid, so I can imagine it's gonna head off this year for us. Like, do you know what I mean? I could see it.
Gotta get our sillies out eventually, bro.
Oh, I know. So I said, told you, if it was a sport, we'd be Olympic champions. Do you know what I mean?
What, rioting?
Yeah. I said that a long time ago. I just can't believe it made it national.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I just genuinely can't believe that it made it into the worldwide news. That's the thing that confuses me. This one here, some strange.
It's kind of in a fucked up kind of way. It's kind of a feel good story because it's like a 70-year-old man is just like, you know what? I'm gonna throw some bricks too.
Pure classic.
That's funny.
Although I did see one of the guys, and there's a bunch of guys, and they got a petrol bomb, and they throw it at the police, and it catches fire, and then a guy throws a second one, and it lands in front of the other guy, who is running with another one and slips in it, and he sets himself on fire. No, one
I can hear
no sympathy for these people. Like, if you're going to go and do that there, catch fire. That's it, Dave. Yeah. Right. I think we should end it because we are out of stories. I think we're out of stories this week. If anybody's want to be so kind,
PD obviously is demanding attention. Every single time I like see his name come up in chat, he like comes up to me and like shoves his face into my lap. So I'm gonna go take care of this needy boy.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Dave, what are you up? Nolan, what are you up to this afternoon? You gonna play the game? You gonna ignore your family and your lovely
hey,
child?
I'm currently working right now.
Well, if you're gonna like just totally block some, do it wrong, you might as well do it on work.
Yeah, no, totally. That's my excuse. Is you working over the weekend is the only time I can play video games ever.
I used to be so jealous of that. Guys used to work from home years ago before the pandemic. They go playing Battlefield 3. They're all afternoon. It's like, I'm working. It's like, I wish I could do that.
Like, dude, if nothing's going on and like you don't have any projects, what else are you gonna do? Like you have to be by your computer in case a call comes in, but like no call comes in, so
No.
it's
So you're
whatever.
working.
But
You're working.
yeah, gonna be working. Probably gonna be working on more animation stuff later today, and then just gonna like knock out once work's done.
You're gonna knock out animations.
Probably.
I hope. Animations, I hope, or sleep.
Yeah.
Good. Phew. I'm gonna go to bed. That's what I'm going to.
Yeah. Go to bed.
I got work tomorrow.
It's past your bedtime, old man. You know what we call old man in Yiddish?
I can't. I need to set up a MrRipper WhatsApp group. That's all I'm gonna say because some of the stuff you couldn't share on things.
Oh no, it's not. It's not a terrible one. This one's Alta Cocker. That's what you call an old man. You call him an Alta Cocker because Alta is like old and Cocker is like caca. Is like calling a person an old shit or an old fart. Alta Cocker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this Alta Cocker. Oh yeah, bruh. Oh, don't worry. I wouldn't have gone too spicy with it. It gets spicy. It do, but no, Alta Cocker. You're an Alta Cocker. That's what it is.
Yes, Rorik, have a good one, man. I'm going to go to bed. Up tomorrow. I got work myself. I work part time. I've said it many times. So I work for the IT company I work for, but I don't work full time there anymore. I work part time, and I can thank you all for that because, yeah, I could be done for 1 o'clock. I don't think I've got a full day's work in me ever again. To be honest, I'm semi-retired. Is how I'd put it. Yeah, and then it's script day, Dave. Script day.
Oh boy.
Monday, and then yeah, that's the plan for that's my plans. I tried
Rock
to start,
solid, my guy.
Try to paint today outside. I got a bit of painting to do, but
have you signed up for the Rip Daddy's significant stimulus package giveaway?
There's only a day left. There's only a day left on it.
Got to get it in now, or someone else is going to win $180 worth of dice and dice accessories from Easy Roller Dice Company right here in US of A. So get your applications in. There's links everywhere, all over the channel. We have not been shy about this giveaway. Please join up and follow us on Twitch if you haven't at Fire and Dice and MrRipper Stream, and go check out our friends over at Easy Roller and join our Discord and join their Discord and enter the contest and maybe win some dice that are way too expensive to be dice.
I gotta throw the link in because I can't because of the thing. Yeah, that's it. 100.
I'll throw the link in. Hold on. Oh wait, I don't have it. Hold on.
1,800 entries.
Well, I got it.
Hello. You can see how bright the screen is.
What are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, guys. Yes, already did.
I've got my 3 entries in.
Yeah, well, technically you're allowed.
I can't enter.
Dave's not. Dave and Brian are the only two, and myself are the only ones that can't enter. People were saying like Dragon Boy was like, "Oh, look bad if I won it." No. The way I don't know how we're going to do it because I don't know if it automatically. This is before I go. I don't know if at the end, because I don't pay for it, I don't know at the end, does it automatically pick somebody? Or can I hit the button live on stream? If I can hit the button live on stream, I'll let you know in 2 days' time on the community page. If I can hit the button live on stream, I will do it live on stream. If it randomly picks somebody, I will put it up on the community page. That's my plan so far. So yeah, but there's 1,800 people in it. There's $180 worth of stuff. Only Brian and Dave are the only ones. And I don't, it's totally... Yeah, it does it all for me automatically. So if somebody like Jay Ross wins it in Discord, or Dragon Boy, or LeBarbara, or somebody who's in the chat, I
hope LeBarbara wins it.
I don't have a choice, but
I'm just gonna say, like, I'm not usually one to pick favorites, but I love Beans. LeBarbara's got my vote.
Yeah, I mean, if PNAR or Chris. Goody, if he wins it, it's just pure luck. It's actually there's no fudging going on here. And
yeah, but if LeBarbara wins, I will celebrate.
So I really hope that it lets me just hit the button, and if it does, then we'll leave it till next Sunday to find out the winner. So
if LeBarbara wins, you're not going to re-roll, are you? Because,
no, God,
like
no.
I'm putting out a lot of chaos. I'm putting out like a lot of like chaos magic into the world right now just by saying this.
The only way it'll involve a re-roll is if you broke the rules, Dave, and entered, or if Brian broke the rules and entered. That's the only way we're going to get a re-roll. That's it.
All right,
so,
one shot, one roll to rule them all.
I just hope. All I hope for is that somebody I recognize the name of, because I know there's loads of people out there that watch the videos, enjoy them, hit the like button, but I don't actually see their name. I recognize most of the people on the chat most of the time. Very rarely do I ever catch a random that I go, oh, who's that? So because we do read it. So yes, on that note, we'll find out in a couple of days if we're going to find out who the winner is anyway. Whether I can hold it off for a week, I will. If not, it'll be announced straight away just because I have no choice. So right, guys,
Cool.
Let's
All right.
end it here.
I
Thank
love you
very
all.
much.